In 1988, South Africa was in a crucible. Apartheid was a heavy weight on society, a system codified, rigid, enforced. The laws segregated, the tensions simmered. There were protests, there was struggle, international pressure, internal resistance, cultural expression punching through silence and restriction. In that era, currency circulated among people from every walk of life, across boundaries drawn by law, lines drawn by prejudice. A coin like this, passing from hand to hand, carried more than copper and mint marks. It carried the stories, the hopes, the indignities, the courage of a nation in flux. This 1-cent coin, as copper as the earth, as modest as small stone, is a witness. It witnessed the footsteps of many. Workers walking to factories, farmers tending soil, mothers buying bread, children going to school, men in uniforms on patrol, activists whispering plans in safe houses. It felt the weight of pockets, jingled in collections, lay in drawers. It surfaced in markets, in shops, in stop-and-go traffic, lost among change. Look at its texture. Smooth where touched often, rough where edge remains unhandled, patina darkened over time, tiny scratches, micro-abrasions from years of life. Sometimes one side dark, shaded with oxidation. The other side brighter, clean, perhaps tucked in a protective case, unseen. That contrast is part of its charm, part of its proof of existence, proof of journey. Every imperfection is a fingerprint of history. The sparrows, modest birds, common. They represent more than themselves. In many cultures, small birds are symbols of communication, of song, of freedom to alight where they will. In the context of South Africa, the natural world persists even when human systems attempt to divide. The sparrows perch together side by side, perhaps unlike some citizens of that era, living side by side under pressing social divides but sharing air, sharing food, sharing sky. The imagery subtly calls for unity, for coexistence, for recognition of shared earth. And the coat of arms, strong lines, shield, supporters heavy with national identity, with claims of sovereignty, with pride, with the burden of authority. Minting process. The metal prepared, rolled, annealed, cut. The presses locking steel and copper, the die striking with force, hammering detail into blank discs, edges shaped, rims formed. Millions produced, perhaps more, but over time, many lost. Burned, melted, displaced, thrown away, forgotten. A fraction survive. In coin collections, heirlooms, museum displays, perhaps under glass or in shadow. Of those survivors, many are damaged, many are flawed, many lack the crispness of edge or the luster of shape. To find one with clear detail, with minimal wear, with evidence of preservation, is to find a kind of quiet treasure. Collectors examine every detail. The strike quality, the crispness of relief, the depth of letters, alignment of edge and rim, centering of strike, absence of defects like burrs, spots, discoloration, corrosion. Those factors determine condition, grade, desirability. A coin long kept in a dusty coin purse may be flattened in some spots, losing sharpness. One carefully stored in a capsule may retain crisp feathers of sparrows, clear delineation of plumage and branch, sharpness in the scrolls of the coat of arms. Scarcity adds value. How many were minted? How many withdrawn? How many melted? How many lost? How many remain? Historical records may show numbers, but real survivors are far fewer. Over decades, many coins degrade. Those remaining in near-mint condition become scarce. For many coins of modest face value minted in large numbers, survival rate of high-grade examples is low. This coin is no exception. When you see one in mint condition with clean fields, sharp detail, minimal wear, you recognize rarity. Also rarity in a cultural sense. Coins from eras of transition, from times when systems changed, when mints changed, when political regimes shifted, often become interesting. They serve as artifacts, snapshots of policy, imagery, symbolism, slogans, national pride, national divides. A coin minted in 1988 carries within it the gravity of its time. The tension, the debate, the legacy. People want connection to history. They want tangible things, they want stories. This coin gives. Then there is demand. Coin collectors, numismatists, museums, investors, all seek such pieces. Not merely for metal value, copper is modest in intrinsic worth, but for condition, rarity, desirability, history. Some see coins as art. Others see them as relics. Others as objects of quiet fascination. Communities on internet forums share images of coins, compare grading, chase examples. Auction houses list pieces, sometimes unexpectedly high as collectors compete. Suppose someone discovered an uncirculated example of the 1988 South African 1 cent that looks near perfect. Suppose the fields are mirrored, the details of the coat of arms crisp, the sparrow's feathers sharp, the edge uniform, the rims completely intact. Suppose minimal surface toning, pleasing patina that does not distract. Such specimen would be prized. Suppose too that it comes with provenance. Passed down in a family, documented from early years, stored carefully, perhaps used in circulation for decades. Suppose its history is known. Maybe kept by someone who foresaw collecting opportunities, someone who preserved their change, someone who recognized value early, who tucked this coin away, stored in a safe place, wrapped, preserved. That provenance adds value, enhances desirability. Add beauty. Coins with pleasing coloration develop collector interest. Copper burns, tones, changes color with exposure. A coin that shows warm hues, maybe subtle reds or oranges, without heavy green corrosion or dark spots, can delight. Eye appeal counts, and visual impact under light. How the relief catches light, how shadows play, how the sparkle of copper emerges. Photographers love such pieces. Collector forums share images. Coins go viral when striking, when unexpected. Now imagine presentation. Perhaps this coin is offered in a slab, certified by a numismatic grading service. The label indicates grade, condition, authenticity. The coin is protected from wear. Buyers feel confidence. Auction houses show it in catalogs with crisp photos, sharp lighting. Bids rise. The story is told. Minted 1988. Design, sparrows, coat of arms, rarity, perfect condition, provenance. Interested parties from around the world. Value escalates. What once cost a fraction of a cent, what circulated insignificantly, now becomes valuable not for its face, but for its story, its condition, its rarity. People bid tens or hundreds, then thousands. For most 1-cent coins, value may be negligible. But for one that is outstanding, exceptional, the ceiling can be high. Because value in collectibles is determined by what someone else is willing to pay, by how rare, how beautiful, how coveted something becomes. Imagine an auction, a hallway full of collectors, curators, investors. One person sees this coin, pictures it in a collection, on a wall display, in a cabinet, in virtual listings. They bid. Others bid. They compete.